To prove the house he was selling wasn't haunted, a real estate agent actually spent the night there and even live-streamed it. Viewers were stunned, saying he'd do anything just to earn that commission. Everyone was joking around when a Taoist priest suddenly commented that a murder once happened in the master bedroom. The next second, all the lights went out, and someone started pounding on the door. The agent grabbed his phone to check it out, but a viewer warned him not to move. It was midnight, the hour when spirits are strongest. Still, he worked up the nerve, walked to the door, and peeked through the peephole. A woman in a black dress was standing outside. Relieved, he asked who she was looking for. The woman spoke slowly, "I'm looking for the landlord." The agent replied, "You've got the wrong place." After she left, he ended the stream and went to bed in the master room. But not long after, he had a nightmare. When he opened his eyes, he found himself sitting on the living room couch even though he'd fallen asleep in the bedroom. The TV was on, though he hadn't turned it on, and his watch read exactly 3 a.m. Then he glanced toward the window and froze. The woman from the door was standing behind the curtain, softly asking, "Is the landlord home?" Terrified, he bolted out of the house and called his boss to come pick him up. When his boss arrived, the agent was on the verge of a breakdown. He told the whole story, and the boss, seeing he wasn't faking, tried to calm him down. "Maybe someone really knocked by mistake. You probably just wandered from the bedroom to the couch in your sleep." But the agent swore he'd seen something supernatural. The boss, a hardcore skeptic, didn't buy it and went back to the house with him. They opened the curtains, no woman, just curtains. The boss got mad, saying, "You dragged me here at 3 in the morning for this?" The agent, desperate, swore on his life he wasn't lying. That's when the boss realized something was off. The agent had installed cameras in every room for proof. They checked the footage and saw the agent himself turning on the TV, then passing out on the couch. But he insisted he'd gone to bed in the master room. The boss didn't bother arguing. Instead, he said he'd stay the night to see what was really going on. Around 11 p.m., both men were sitting on the bed, waiting for the woman to show up. Before long, they got drowsy and fell asleep. Then, knocking. The agent woke up and checked the time. Exactly midnight. He woke his boss, and they both peered through the peephole. The same woman again. Furious, the boss yanked the door open. "The landlord doesn't live here. Show up again and we're calling the cops," he shouted, slamming the door. But the woman gently pushed it, and it swung open. The two men pushed back with all their strength, but the door wouldn't budge. Then she said, "The landlord is in the master bedroom." After she left, the boss shut the door tight. Remembering what she'd said, the agent suggested, "Maybe we should sleep in the guest room or the living room instead." But the boss refused. "That woman's just trying to scare us." The last two owners moved out for the same reason. "I'm not leaving till I figure out what's really wrong with this place." They ended up sleeping in the master bedroom. Around 1 a.m., the sharp sound of high heels woke the agent. When he opened his eyes, he was back on the living room couch, and the woman in the black dress was standing behind the curtain again. He screamed for his boss, and both of them bolted out of the house in terror. Later, as they calmed down, they realized something didn't add up. Police records showed no incidents had ever happened in that house. If word got out that it was haunted, their agency's reputation would be ruined. So they brought a new employee to review the footage with them. What they saw made their blood run cold. The cameras showed the two of them talking to an empty doorway. There was never anyone there. Remembering how the woman kept saying, "The landlord is in the master bedroom," they decided to check it again. They searched every inch of the room but found nothing until the agent opened the wardrobe. Something felt off. "This wall's way too thick, and the cabinet's depth doesn't make sense," he said. He pressed on the back panel, and it broke through. A wave of foul air poured out, and some dark liquid started oozing from inside. Without a word, the boss grabbed a hammer and smashed the back of the wardrobe. What they saw next left everyone frozen in horror.